I have been on a 15-year quest to get to the heart or the pulse of Tahiti. I was probably just like anybody else with my first experience when I arrived in Tahiti. Is I saw the overwater bungalows and the Windex blue water and was mesmerized by what I saw. But once you pull back the veneer of the overwater bungalows and the extraordinary lagoons, and the experience of them is unforgettable. But once you pull back that veneer, you find a place of extraordinary complexity and depth where the imprint of man in history, runs right to the core of the earth. And because I constantly searched for a deeper and deeper experience with Tahiti with each subsequent trip after my first one, this trip we organized to ostensibly take a journey to the far edges, the fringes of Tahiti, ostensibly to find the moahi, which is the original spirit of the people and of the land. The first stop was Fakarava, and when you stop at Coral Atolls, where the highest point is about 2 feet above sea level, it's one of those rare places where land and sea and the wind and air and people all seem to coexist together. And you can't really find a visual expression of one without involving the other, no matter where you turn. The blues of the lagoons are almost unbelievable. You could practically drop your camera and come up with a postcard image. And then you come to a place like Huahine, which is in the Society Islands, which is part of Tahiti that you imagine when you close your eyes. It's got the lagoons with the perfect flat 62 shades of blue. You've got the land completely covered with a lush green coat of rainforest and growth. And it's a place that, as my guide told me, my guide Jean-Pierre said, that there are places on Huahine that no man has ever set foot. And when you see the edges of the land, which is where the homes are, and you go back 100 feet and it looks like truly that no one has ever touched it, suddenly every tree on the island looks like it's going to tell me a story. When I got to the Marquesas, which was the last part of my trip, the Marquesas is a wonderfully complex world, and it's a place where everything seems to have a spirit and a life of its own, including light, which makes it a difficult place to take photographs, because you have these high, craggy, primal-looking cliffs and valleys that reach up into the clouds, and you've got bright light and dark green, and you've got the blues around the edge of the water that are deep, deep blues because there's no lagoon, so they drop straight into the ocean, the water does. And to try to capture that on film is a challenge, but it's a fun challenge. There is a lifetime of adventure there, and I'm sure my ongoing 15-year quest to get to the pulse of the Tahiti will continue until the day I die, and I'll probably end up still wanting more.